This should be more gothic, the police station. There should be more gargoyles visible on it.
I think you're right, but look at, this place you can't quite see, but it's very castle-y.
Very castle-y.
This is the bad guy headquarters. I said it was our headquarters when we were setting it up.
I was sad when I realized that wasn't the case.
They have a much cooler headquarters than us. We just get this cop station. Oh, I've been asleep for 1,000 years, so now I'm awake. Hey, I'm Aaron, a gargoyle, and this is Lincoln, a gargoyle, and that's Nikki, a gargoyle, or maybe our one human cop friend in Disney Gargoyles Awakening, a 2 to 5 player co-op, or mostly co-op depending on the episode you play, game published by Ravensburger and designed by Nate Heiss. Let's get down to Manhattan and defend it from the other evil gargoyles.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Lincoln.
Will you teach us Disney's Gargoyles?
I will. This is based on Disney's Gargoyles.
Okay.
That was a cartoon show that, we missed it just by a few years, but probably if you were born in the 80s, this mid-90s cartoon show was like right at your generation. But, you can watch cartoons at any age, I hear.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. In fact, the player who has most recently watched a cartoon gets to be the first player.
Oh, boy.
It'd probably be Nikki and I. That's a tie.
Well, when was that?
The last
Rick and Morty.
the last Bad Batch was probably the last one we watched.
Last Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a date.
A week ago, Friday.
Oh, I watched an episode of Eden on Netflix 2 nights ago.
There you go. You go first.
So I win. I will start this co-op game
where
we are all
game.
gargoyles in New York City, Manhattan specifically, fighting the evil gargoyles in the forces of evil, as you do in Disney cartoon shows. So, this game, we have chosen our player heroes, and we have chosen a scenario. The game recommends you start with the reawakening scenario, but we're kicking it up a little bit, and you're going with the information warfare scenario. A little more complex, for a little more fun on our part, and a little more showing you a complexity of the game.
Can you tell us a little bit about that scenario, the first scenario?
Oh yeah, it's kind of neat where you face both of the iconic villains from the show, and a third gargoyle or demon guy named Coldstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he lost his lawsuit against the ice cream place, and he's very angry.
Oh my gosh.
He sort of flips back and forth between helping you and opposing you.
Oh,
But
no.
we're going with a more collect these data discs before the bad guys do
come on,
scenario.
floppy disks.
Yeah, right. It's very 90s to go with critical information on
It should
floppy
have been zip
disks.
disks, though. It should have been zip disks. That's really 90s.
Hey, you know how much information these things can hold? Like
Not much.
1.44 megabytes. That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, let's get down to the game. For our episode, we win by getting these 3 data disks back to the police clock tower, this building, which is our headquarters. And we lose by any one of our heroes being defeated, so don't do that, or the villains getting the 3 data disks back to the Erie Tower, their headquarters.
They already have one, though.
They already start with one there, so we're going to need to go get that one.
Wow.
And that means, in any space
Exciting.
of their building. It doesn't actually have to be at the top of the tower or anything like that. So that's how we win and lose our chosen episode. But when it's your turn, the first thing you're going to do is take your hero actions. Like a lot of co-op games, the villains go first. In this one, no, we get to go first.
Really? Okay.
So you look at your action points. I have 4. Most heroes have 3.
Yeah.
I'm the little nimble guy who's not as good at fighting, but is good at zooming around the city, I guess. Lexington.
Come up here. Get this.
Yeah, maybe I will be the disc grabber. So
Like the banana grabber.
we've got these very cool miniatures that for the characters we're not using, just so you can look at them. We're going to put those away once the game starts. And all the heroes start here at the police clock tower for this scenario. They may not start there for every scenario, every episode. So on your turn, you're going to look at your hero placard, and you have a number of action points to spend. You can spend these in one of 3 ways, basically. Move, attack, or use hero cards. Move and attack are the very simple, basic actions. There's also glide, but I'm going to it's a
glide
sort
past that one right now.
it's a kind of move, so I'm covering it with move.
Okay.
If you want to get technical, there are 4 types of actions, but I'd say glide's a kind of move.
Okay.
So a move action, you look on your hero placard and it tells you how many spaces you can move. You may move. I have a move of 3. Nikki has a move of 3. Lincoln's a little
2.
slow. He's got a move of 2.
Move 2.
But so
He's a Goliath.
if I spend 1 action point, the basic actions cost 1 action point, and I can move 3 spaces. Diagonal is fine. Moving on the grid of the city is fine. Moving up a level onto a building costs an extra action point. So if I was right here and I have 3 action points, this is 1, 2, 3
Okay.
to go up a
Okay.
level.
One question: when you jumped from here, you landed over here.
think that was just for-
That was just to
fine?
no, that was just to
Okay.
that was just to show if I started here.
Oh, sorry.
That was not an actual move.
Okay.
However,
Sorry.
that does take us into the glide action.
Oh.
You do not have glide because you're a human. Us cool
Human.
gargoyles with wings have a glide score which is higher than our normal movement action. You can only glide if you start on a building.
Oh, well.
So as long as you are up on any one of these cool cardboard buildings that Lincoln and I built before we started the game, you may use your glide number as your move. So I have a glide of 5, and if I start here, so we're all starting on the clock tower. We have, except for you puny human with your little legs,
Yeah.
we can start with a glide, and I could go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a pretty cool move, a very far glide.
Okay.
Could you land on this building over here?
I would still have to spend the extra movement to go up.
Okay, it
back
wouldn't
up.
be flying down to that.
It's
come on.
the movement is if
Flying.
you're going up,
Okay.
it costs an extra one.
Okay.
But I mean, I could actually because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I could end up here or so.
Okay.
If you're going up, you pay an extra point. If you're
Right.
starting on a building, you can glide, which is a further move.
Nice.
So that was 1 action point.
We are definitely
Attacking-
going to need you to come over and get this because you've got.
Yeah, but
like
I don't want that guy to beat me up. I'm scared.
I know. I don't blame you.
Attacking is also 1 action point. If you look on your hero placard, you see your attack score. Nikki's character and mine have a base attack of 2. Goliath, Lincoln's stronger character, has a base attack of 3. That is how many dice you roll. The dice have hits, they have special symbols, and they have blanks. Hits are how many damage you do to the minion or villain that you're attacking. If your attack has range, you can attack at that many squares away from you.
Okay.
Otherwise, your range is 1 and you can only attack adjacent things.
Right.
It's fine if they're up on a building, it's fine if they're diagonal. It's very simple combat rules. Attack an adjacent thing or at the range of your attack. Nikki is a policewoman, and so her attacks have a range built in. That's one of her special abilities. Otherwise, gargoyles have a range of 1 unless their card special
Right.
says something. The special lightning bolt means if your attack has a special effect, you may trigger it. Lincoln's Goliath's special is that the lightning bolt can just count as an extra hit.
Yeah, that's
Very
good.
powerful attack. Elisa's basic attack does not have a special lightning bolt power.
Right.
My special, Lexington's special lightning bolt inherent special power is to generate skill tokens, and I can give those out to other characters.
Nice.
You can only generate that special once per attack. So if I rolled 3 lightning bolts, I don't get to give out 3 tokens. I get to give out 1.
Boo. Because Goliath, when he gets those tokens, the active hero gets a +2 maximum strength.
His is
Maximum to
different.
5.
It says any lightning bolts can be treated as that.
No. That's the it's the
sorry.
special. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Lightning bolt is that. But I'm saying that the ones that Lexington's generating these,
Right.
I can distribute. I can spend them to enhance another.
Nice.
attack.
Make the attack stronger.
Yeah,
Yes.
+2.
If it's also possible, and I'm about to get to the cards themselves. If your card had a lightning bolt special attack, I don't know if they
I
even
had
actually
one.
do. All right.
This one here has a lightning on it.
Well, but since your
Is it
character doesn't have
weird?
enough, you're not going to have 2
Yeah,
lightning bolts at a
okay.
time. But if you had 2 at a time, if you had a lightning bolt special on your character card, and a lightning bolt special on your action hero card, you could trigger them each once with 1 attack. They can both activate once. You just can never trigger them multiple times with a single attack. If you attacked several times during your turn, they could each trigger once during each attack. That's the basic rule. It's not going to come up very much. So those were the basic move, glide, and attack actions. The third and more complex type of action is using one of these hero cards. I've got a couple of them here for you to look at. The top big number is how many action points that's going to cost. It's usually going to be 1, 2, or 3. The second number is move. If it appears there, the card itself has an inherent move value, and it'll usually tell you do this and move and then attack, or do this and move before this action, or it just may have an effect and a bonus move inherent in the card. The last two numbers, if they appear on the card, they're not on every card, are the attack value and range value. If the card grants you an attack, it'll have the attack number of dice that you roll and the range value, if any. Okay. So the cards are fairly self-explanatory, and sometimes they have none of those values and they just have a text thing that tells you to perform some special action. Some cards have an R, which is a reaction card. You can play that card at any time that the conditions are met on anyone's turn. It may say when another hero is attacked, boom, you can play that card and resolve it. Or it may say when a villain does this, boom, you can play that and resolve it. Just be aware of that card being in your hand.
Out of turn.
Yeah. Out of turn, exactly. Yeah. As an instant, to use some other company's copyrighted effect, probably.
Oh, okay.
You do not immediately refill your hand. You draw to 3 at the end of your turn.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Some attacks that you're going to make, generally from a card, can have a stun effect. So we're not going to see this very often. None of our basic attacks will have that. But if a card says stun characters hit by this attack, or this attack can cause stun, the main villains cannot be stunned. In this scenario, we just have Xanatos. He cannot be stunned. But the minions, these counters, can be stunned, and you would turn them 90 degrees like this.
Okay.
That means the next time that they activate, and we're going to get to that in a moment from the villain turn, they would only turn 90 degrees to become unstunned, essentially, and not take their normal actions. So that's what stun is. Only minions can be stunned. I believe this was an off-board minion.
Yep.
So we've got 4 here to start the game. And then the last thing I may have skipped to mention on hero turns is when you use your skill token here, which is usually a bonus for the team, that does not cost any action points. It can usually be out of turn. Thank you. It can be out of turn or it can be on your turn. It does not cost action points.
Okay.
Then we take the villain phase. Whoever's turn it is, the active player, first checks to see if there are already 4 cards here in this moon track. If this is already full, it is now daytime, and we take a daytime phase instead of a normal villain phase. In a daytime phase, first the villain's daytime effects, which are listed here on the episode placard, happen. And in this case, they're going to move towards the nearest disc and try to grab it. We're going to summon some new minions and shuffle their discards back into their deck. And then each of our hero placards has a daytime effect, which we will then trigger. So it's sort of a global reset phase for all of the characters. But you don't flip a villain card and take a villain turn in a daytime phase. If this is not already full of villain cards, you flip a villain card and take a normal villain phase. You flip a card, you look at it, you read it from top to bottom. It will tell you what to do. It often will activate either the main villain himself or their minions on the board. If the villain activates, his attack and range numbers will be on the card. If the minions activate, their attack and movement will be on their token on the board. And the scenario episode placard will tell you how they move. In our scenario, it's quite simple. They will move toward the nearest hero, and they will try to attack us. If the card lists a grid number, this card I'm showing you says E3, then Xanatos, the main villain, teleports to that location. He just instantly goes there. He doesn't have to spend movement points moving towards there. So occasionally he's just going to appear in certain places around the city, and then resolve the rest of the card, whatever it says. If he moves adjacent to a hero as part of that card or appears next to a hero, he will attack that hero if there are numbers listed on the card, and he won't move any further. He's never going to move past a hero that he can attack and keep going. He's going to move to a hero and stop. The last thing you do is check for the moon symbol that I already told you about. Some cards do not have it, but if it does have that symbol, you will just place the card here, which is basically moves the clock towards the daytime phase that I told you about. That is the villain phase, and then the last thing we do is a refresh phase. It's very simple. You draw up to 3 cards, and play passes to the next player clockwise. If your deck runs out, I think that's going to be pretty difficult in this game, but you do not reshuffle in this game. You do not draw more cards if you have less than 3. Ooh. You just have to wait till the next daytime phase, and that's when your deck is reshuffled. I don't think it's going to matter. I think the daytime phase is going to come reliably, and we'll always have cards in our hand, but that's the rule. You don't actually reshuffle and draw 3 new cards.
So you could be done for the day.
You could be exhausted for the night and then have to wait for daytime to refresh and heal.
It seems like a lot of cards to go
It does. I think we're going to be fine. So we'll see if that's something we need to worry about. But that's the entire game, and so we know how we win and we know how we lose, and we know who the start player is. So we're ready to go.
That's right.
All right.
Cartoon watcher.
I have watched more cartoons than anyone at the table, apparently. All right. I am Lexington. Just this week. Yes, just this week. So I will start. Oh, we all do draw 3 cards from our deck to start. I neglected to say it. It was part of set. I did say it, but it was part of setup, so we can look at the cards in our hand. Okay, I will start the game, starting my turn. And 2 more important rules for our scenario only that we need to know. We know how to win, get all the discs back to our police headquarters, and we know how to lose, get the discs taken back to the Erie by the bad guys, or any one of our heroes knocked down to 0 health. That would be bad. But I didn't tell you the special rule. We all gain an extra basic action, which is not pick up the disc and carry it with you, but like a game that we played recently, Zombie Teens Evolution, when you are in or adjacent to a disc space, you can move a disc 1 space in any direction.
Oh.
So we basically just drag or push them along the board for 1 action point, and that's how we're going to get them back to the police station. So unfortunately, we can't pick them up and run them along with us.
I just assumed that was what was going on.
We're going to have to shove them along the city.
Wow.
So these discs are very slow traveling. And the other rule,
Sneaker net,
which I mentioned that in some scenarios, defeating the bad guy is one of the goals. In this scenario, if we do fight him and knock him down to 0, he is going to go back to the Erie building and heal back to 5 health, but we skip the villain action phase that turn. So it's good and it's bad. He's never going to be fully defeated. He's going to be healed back to 5 health. But if we happen to get him down to 1 or 2, we may as well get him to 0 and skip the entire villain phase that turn. Seems like a decent idea, right?
Okay.
That's, again, special rules just for this scenario, this episode that we're playing.
Okay.
Okay. So...
Tonight's episode,
Information Warfare. So, yes, I guess I do want to head towards one of these discs and start getting it towards the police building. Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
So I will take a glide action, which is 5 movement points. Whee! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, you got it.
That's one of my 4 action points. And I don't think...
Can you move more than once?
You can move... I could move all 4 times if I wanted to, yes. You can move as many times as is necessary. Or attack 4 times in a row if you're next to the bad guy, and that's what seems...
Well, that's 20 movement, glide points for you.
Right, I mean, yeah. I mean, it could be 18, though, if I climbed a building, and I could basically move across the board if I needed to. I don't think any of my cards are extremely useful this turn. I'm going to move again for my second action. I'm going to move near this disc. Actually, I'm going to move here. And then third action and fourth action. I'm going to push the disc along towards... In fact, I guess I'll push it up here onto the... up onto the building.
What does that do for us?
I don't...
It's getting it there.
It lets me get... It's got to get to this space anyway.
Right.
I mean, I want to get up there and glide eventually, maybe.
Right, yeah.
But I could also move it from this space or this space. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
All right. So that was all 4 of my actions. I just moved towards the disc. It's clearly not going to be daytime for a while, so I'm going to flip the top villain card and see what happens. Shadowy Research. move each hero not on a building, so only me in this case, 2 spaces away from Xanatos.
Oh, that's helpful to you.
Yeah, it is.
Well, sort of.
It leaves the disc, does it?
It leaves the disc, though, so I gotta go like this way.
Okay.
Can you go diagonally? Or
I mean, I could. Whenever there's a choice that's equally valid, the active player chooses. So, I mean, I could choose to go here, but it doesn't particularly matter
No,
either way.
not really.
Well, I was going to say, because that way, but you have to,
But I think
keep
you have to
going
go
away.
further away, yes. This does have a moon symbol on it, so we're going to put it here.
Okie
All
doke.
right.
And I didn't spend any cards, so I do not need to draw up to 3. And it's
Okay.
Nikki's turn. You have 3 action points.
Wonderful. Question, do you want me to go for another disc, or do you want me to help you move the disc that's on that roof right now?
Sure.
Or should
Either
I go,
one.
since
Well,
I
how much
have-
movement do you have?
Since I have a ranged attack, do you want me to start heading for minions?
I mean, I say, do we win by defeating minions? No. Do we win with the
okay.
discs? Yes.
All right.
Although there is one disc that's surrounded by minions and
Right.
Xanatos, so we're going to need to deal with that eventually.
But their goal is not to get the discs.
No, it is.
They actually will move them?
I think they might only move them from cards. They don't.
Sure. But my point is like once you get them to the building, they're probably
They're
relatively
probably
safe.
relatively safe.
Yeah.
Or maybe during the daytime, Xanatos does
Move
try
them.
to attack and move a disc.
Okay.
But he only moves it 2 spaces. It seems like he needs a lot of progress to move it towards his building.
And does it reach out, or does he have to be near it?
He moves 4 spaces towards the nearest disc.
Oh, wow. Well, if they're over here, that's the furthest space. We want
Right.
to get them over there.
Right.
I think we're already on a good path here. I think we definitely should deal with this. But Nikki, you're pretty far away to get to this.
But she's got several moves, and she does have special cards too.
Because I only moved 2. I'm real slow.
I would
but
say
I
if
glide
you,
4.
if you can get near a disc, then go for it.
Okay. Well, one of them I kind of want to save for if I have to attack something.
Now, when you scale a building, is each one of these just a level? And what's this?
It doesn't matter. As long as you're going up, spend 1 extra movement point.
Okay.
That's it. Very simple.
We're made of stone, though. So, I mean...
We got wings, though, man.
Okay.
I mean, that's the point.
Can 2 characters be in the same square?
No. Thank you for catching that.
Okay.
That was part of the movement rule. You can move through them. You can go
Through,
straight through them,
okay.
but you just can't end on the same space. And, Xanatos and his minions, they can fly, so they do not pay that extra point to go up. Basically, everything costs 1 movement point for them. Because,
Yeah, they're better
you got to
than
take
us.
it easy on them.
Yeah.
They're better than us. Yeah,
Yeah.
they know the city better than us. We've been asleep for 1,000 years, by the way. That's
Oh.
the special backstory. We
okay.
just woke up, and now we're protecting this crazy new modern city we woke up in.
That must be scary.
It's very scary. That's why we got a human friend to show us the ropes.
Yeah. So I got 3 movements. So if I go this way, I would land in Lincoln's position. So I guess
No, you
I'll
can remember you can move diagonally,
hop
so you could go 1,
down.
2 on 10.
Oh, I can't through a tower?
Yeah, sure. It's just diagonally.
Okay.
Use simple movement rules. You can go 1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 4, 3.
So that was 1 action point.
And then,
I think you go through these decks slower than you think, too. There's not always attack and stuff, which is mostly what my cards are right now, anyway.
Oh, right. Well, you're
So-
definitely the beefy attack guy.
I can use a card, which it gives me 4 additional movement because I'm riding a gargoyle,
Okay.
which will get me right to the disc.
Sounds good to me. I think that's a good reason to
Well,
use it.
not like.
Oh, because now you're going to have to pay 1 extra to get up there.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'll
That's
be
fine.
right there.
That's fine. And being next to it lets you move it. So that's
Can you move it? Can she move it under herself?
She can move. You can move it. You can move it when you're adjacent or on it. So yes, you can move it under yourself.
Okay.
But I'm done, right? That was it.
No, that was just
Oh,
2,
I
right?
got another action.
You have 1 more action.
Okay, then I will just move the disc.
Yep.
So can I be standing on
Yes.
it?
Yep.
Yeah. Because you can move it. You can be on it or adjacent to it
Okay.
when you move it. So yes.
Okay.
That was it.
And we don't have 4 cards, obviously. So you're going to flip a villain card.
Okay.
Aha.
He looks scary.
Steel Clan Strike. These now we don't know the mythology of the show.
Yeah.
But the Steel Clan, who I really thought were going to be ninjas from their name, are apparently bad gargoyles.
Okay.
So they are our enemies. What we do now is activate all Steel Clan, and there are these 4 set up on the board here.
Okay.
And we know from the episode placard that when you activate them, they move toward the nearest hero.
Okay. Well,
So-
it seems like we're all evenly. Well, Nikki's kind of the nearest one right now, don't you think?
Actually, or she might be nearest these 2, but I might be nearest these 2. Let's count it
1,
out.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7. I think these 2 are going to go for me, and these 2 are going to go for her.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Okay. So what
Unless
did I
there's
move?
any way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have
So,
to
yeah.
count 2s for them hopping
No,
up?
they fly.
Okay.
So every square is the
Alright,
same for them.
Okay.
So they're not going to reach anybody.
Right. They're just moving towards it.
They're just moving, and they have 3. All have 3 movements. So move them as efficiently as possible. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And obviously, if they were next to someone, they would attack.
Right. Card goes
But
away.
when they are not next to someone, they cannot attack. This card goes away, yes, because
Yeah.
it doesn't have the moon symbol.
No moon.
No moon. And you may now draw back to 3 since you did use a
Okay.
card during your turn.
I did.
And Goliath's turn.
Goliath. Well, I'm thinking Goliath should glide and move the disc, and then maybe go and try to attack or
Go
something.
towards the bad guys.
Yeah, because then
Yeah.
at least it gets it moved. Because he could move here, but Nikki's there, so I just glide down here and move it down here.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so there's my glide action. That's only 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to move the disc beneath himself,
Okay.
and then I'm going to move. I get 3 actions. That's 2 actions
Mm-hmm.
already. I don't know if I want to get right up to them. Maybe I'll just move to protect, because they're going to move towards me.
Well, only when they activate.
Oh, that's true.
We don't know how many times
Wait, I
that
guess I could just
happens.
move it one more time.
You could just do that
Yeah,
and wait for
okay.
them to come to
Yep.
you. Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
Okay. Villain card.
Because Nikki can move through me and then move it.
Again, no
Yeah.
moon.
Yay.
Schemes within schemes. This one has a grid number on it, C3,
There's C.
and 3 looks like it's
Up
way over
there.
there. Oh,
It's right
Xanatos. Up
Wow,
here's
that's rad.
here.
Again.
Move all data disks not at the police clock tower,
Ah.
1 space toward the Erie building.
Should it go diagonally on this one?
Yeah, sure, I guess so. Since then it is technically closer to
Yeah.
like this space. I guess this one should too, actually. Go diagonally like that.
Down.
And that's it.
Come on, Lexington.
So now, if he was adjacent to one of us, he would attack, but he's
Right.
not. But he's gotten very close all of a sudden.
We're looking at
and
each other.
again, no moon, no other movement or anything like that, so this card is done.
Okay.
You may draw up to 3. Did you use any cards? No, you didn't.
I did not.
All right. I'm going to try and use a card just to...
I know. I wish
actually,
he was
no.
there before. I have plenty of things to do stuff with.
To
I do have a
attack.
good... I have a good card this
Are
turn.
you attacky, Lincoln?
It's
Your
a
guy?
task.
He's a tacky. He's a tacky man. Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay. Okay, this works. Yeah, I'm going to play a climb card, which costs me 1 AP, and it comes with
Also
3.
known as action point.
You're right. I went to pretty advanced terminology
Yeah.
there. I may ignore extra costs to move to a higher space during this action, which gives me a perfect 1, 2, 3, instead of having to spend the extra for going up.
Nice.
So, and that puts me right next to the disc and right next to enemies. So that was 1 action point. I think I will, for action number 2, move the disc, and action number 3, move the disc over there. And, oh, this one costs far too many action points. I could move the disc 1 more time, or I could attack. I'm going to attack because even though my attack is weak, it has the cool special effect if I roll a
Right.
lightning bolt. So I'm attacking this guy right here in front of me on the ground, and I'm really just hoping for the lightning bolt symbol. Pow! I got 2 hits. That
Oh.
takes him out. The first hit damages
Finish him.
flips him over, and the second hit finishes him. He's off the board.
Okay.
As we know, more of these guys will appear during the daytime
This
phase.
guy's gonna be mad because you just killed his buddy.
He's, more where that came from. All right, I'm drawing back up to... Oh, no. I didn't draw a villain card yet. That was my hero cards. Laser Blast.
Uh-oh.
As we know, these numbers are for Xanatos. That means he's going to attack the nearest hero. Technically, it could be either of you. I mean, it clearly means he's going to move to this space. He has 2 movement. It's up to us as a team or me as the active player. I think we clearly want him to attack Goliath because I think
I got a
you
lot
have
of
a
hit
lot more
points.
health. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is a 5 strength attack.
Woof.
With a range of 3, so even if he didn't reach you, he could attack up to 3 spaces away. But he is going to attack you with a 5 dice attack.
Yipes.
It has no additional
Yoinks.
stun effects or anything like that. And 1 hit.
Wow.
That was a good
Wow.
roll for our team. The Laser Blast has a moon symbol on it. I will draw up to 3 and end my turn.
Okay.
That was about as good a roll as we could expect
Yeah, no
from
kidding.
5 dice.
So I will attack to get him off the disc, right? You
mean,
want him away
You
from
probably
the
can move the
disc.
disc.
There's no rule against moving the disc.
Really?
Yeah.
So I just say can she move it from here, diagonally adjacent there?
Sure.
That's what you should do. Just move through me.
Okay.
I mean,
So
yeah.
I move through you.
Okay.
Take the disc.
Okay.
What is
okay.
that?
That's 1.
One movement.
That's 2 actions
2
now.
1 to move and 2 to
You can move
the
1
disc.
more over here if you want, probably.
Yeah. Oh, can I do something
Or if she's got a cool card.
more neato? No, just move it. I had a lot of attack stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Card time.
Villain card
Yeah.
time. Schemes within schemes. He moves to G7. Oh no, that's my space.
What?
Wow.
There is actually a rule for that. It says if you just choose an adjacent space, since he actually cannot be on the same space.
That's
Wow.
nuts.
I know. I
He's
didn't
easily
know.
distracted too. This is silly. He's got everything he wants right
Two
here.
people there to attack.
I mean, well, I guess we as a team can choose the least good space for him to move to.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Even though
That's
he would choose
essentially
one of
the same,
these
yeah.
spaces, but all right. Move all data discs not at the police clock tower, 1 space toward the Erie building. So I would, move it diagonally because it gets closer that way. This is a moon symbol, so probably 1 more villain phase, and then we'll get to do a daytime phase after that. Did you draw back up to 3?
I never used a card, so.
All right.
I was so close to actually using a card and
And
fickle.
then poof, he teleports around the city. But now we know he goes to this space and he goes to this space, and maybe 1 or 2 more. We'll find out.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean,
we know
it's
that they're not going to change.
It's
a
not a
deck,
very
I
big
know,
deck
but-
of cards, and
Right.
we've seen 2 spaces already.
Right. Okay. It's my turn, so I will. Boo. I will say to that. Boo. 1, 2. I can move up to 3. No, 2. Boo. I won't be hitting anybody. I guess I can move twice. So that's what I'll do. 1, 2,
Is that your regular move? Is just 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and then 1 more. So now I have 1 more action, and I will spend. What do I want? I'll do shred.
Ooh.
Shred is basically kind of the same. Oh no, I can't. It's 2 actions.
Shred sounds cool, though.
It sounds
does.
very violent.
It doesn't give you any actions on the
It's-
card itself?
It costs 2 at the top of the card, so he already spent 2 getting
So
over
I
that.
will do. I will do the standard attack because the other one it would have just made it it would have let me gain something from lightning bolts. Is really all that is different. And 2 hits.
2 hits.
And he's flipped. He's gone.
Yep.
Actually, I'll do the
And
guy
He's
that's
flipping
immediately
out?
in front of me.
He's flipped out. And villain card. All right.
And
Objective locked. Xanatos moves 4 spaces towards the nearest data disk. If he lands on a disk, stop moving and move that data disk 2 spaces towards the Erie building.
He can't move any closer though.
No, but I would say let's have him do this, move through me.
Okay.
Not penalize him just for having me be stomping on the disk space, which would be a little unfair, and have the card do nothing. So
Well, that's what I like.
I know, but it seems a little bit gamey to do that. So, because I think the card should
1,
have
2,
an
yeah.
effect and go
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah.
since that's the only thing the card
Come on,
does.
Is he
Lexington.
throwing it? Because he didn't go with it.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, he's somehow, he's got, he put it in a taxi.
Okay.
All right, so now we know since Lincoln's villain phase put out the 4th moon symbol, I'm going to take my turn, and then we're not going to flip a villain card. We're going to do the daytime effects on villain placards and then our placards.
Interesting.
It's going to be sort of a reset phase. So, let's see. Do I have any good cards? I've got that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can attack someone, or I can do. Oh, I can do that. That's interesting. Or I could just go try for the disc. Or I know what I'm going to do. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to, since a lot of these cards move discs that are not at the police station, I'm going to get that disc to the police station. Because I'm up on a building, I can glide.
Yeah, but we don't want
5.
this getting to the building, do we?
No,
I agree with you, though.
But I think getting one in there is good.
Right.
Well,
I mean, Nikki's going to get it there on her turn.
yeah, she is, and I am really close to that one. All right, can I move that one and still attack the guy?
Attack first. Although I'm sure we'll populate more.
Yeah, we'll pop. All right, I'll just go for the disc. I will do. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of move I use because I'm just going to move here, and then I can move the disc
Under you.
under me, and then over here, and then I've got one action left. I will attack. Oh no, the building's unstable.
Earthquake.
My attack is only 2 dice, but I'm hoping for these lightning bolts. Come on, lightning bolts.
Nope.
1 damage.
One damage.
I just did 1 damage, so now we have a damaged Steel Clan member. Okay. Villain phase.
Yeah.
It is now daytime. So, first, villain placard goes first. Xanatos, move 4 spaces toward the nearest data disk. Unfortunately, it gets this one again. If he lands on a data disk, he stops and moves it 2 spaces toward the Erie building. Basically, he just undoes my turn.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah. But Lincoln's right. Otherwise, he would have gotten this one into the
Yeah.
building. Next, place 3 new Steel Clan tokens at the Erie building. It doesn't tell you exactly where, but I'm going to say let's just put them out here
Sure.
where they're going to be the most dangerous and close to getting out to the city to do us some harm. And shuffle the villain discard pile into the villain deck. That's the villain. So there are 3 cards here that we didn't see, so we don't know some of the spaces that he might go to or some of the effects that might happen. Now, starting with me, we do daytime effects. First, I can discard any number of cards from my hand. This one seems pretty expensive. I'm going to discard all of mine. I want some new ones. Then I reshuffle my discard pile into my deck. I draw until I have 3 cards in hand, and then I heal 3.
I know,
It's not the same number for every one of us, but we do get some free
I do heal
heals
3
during the
as well.
daytime. So that's nice. If you've taken some combat damage, there are good ways to heal it. Nikki, what's your daytime?
So I can discard any number of cards. I like what I have, so I don't want to get rid of them. And reshuffle any discards back into my deck. And draw until you have up to 3 cards. I can heal 2. And then I gain 1 skill token.
Oh,
nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And what is your skill effect? Remind us or tell us so we don't know.
After any hero has rolled for an attack, they may re-roll any number of their dice once for that attack before damage is dealt.
Very nice. And to remind everyone, you can do that on your turn or anyone else's turn, and it costs no action points to do when you spend that token. Very cool. Lincoln, is yours any different than
Mine is
discard
any number of cards from your hand, reshuffle the discard pile into your deck, draw until you have 3, and then I can heal 3.
Okay. Seems like that's a standard gargoyle
I'm just going to go
effect.
back up to 8.
Excellent. And then I've drawn my cards, and then it'll be Nikki's turn.
Okay.
Nikki,
So,
Elisa.
is that? Yeah, I see it. This is a little bit in my way, so.
You can easily do it. You can move it 1,
Okay.
move, and then move 1, and it's on the building.
Well, okay. So I drag it with me.
Move the disc,
okay.
yep.
1,
Move.
and then I move 1.
She doesn't even have to move.
She doesn't even have to move. She can move it up from that position. Okay, well, there you
As
go.
long as
Boom.
it's adjacent.
So you've only done 2. You
Okay,
have another
2.
action.
Yeah. I'd say that's safe now, unless there's some effect we don't know about, or someone
Or
happens
does it
to.
have to go totally
No,
on?
it's on the clock tower is the entire building. Save the clock tower.
Are there any? No, they're all there, right?
There's one here,
Razor
and
guys?
is that one? There's
Yeah, there's one
two here on the streets, but they're not very close.
Okay.
Although and this guy, if he moves to the closest one, will move
Well,
to
you can
this
get within range and start shooting him.
one. Yeah. Oh, shoot him.
Yeah.
Shoot him now. Shoot him now.
Well, how many did I move? Just 2, right?
2 action points. Yes.
So I can only move one more, right?
Right.
One more
Unless you have
time,
a
up
card
to
that
2
has move and
spaces, yeah.
attack on it.
Well, it has to also be only one action.
Right.
Doubt anything gives you that.
I do. I have a move on the run, attack on the run.
Hey.
So that takes 1 action, and I move.
Well, it works just fine.
Yeah, I
you can move 2
2, and then attack.
with a range of 3,
There you go. You can hit him.
Yeah.
and it's a
2.
2 die
Yeah.
attack. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do some damage.
Come on, Nikki.
I
Hey,
was
lightning
going to say or lightning bolt, but she doesn't have a
I
lightning
don't
bolt
have
effect.
lightning
Boo.
bolt. I have some
You
on
jinxed
my
it, but you didn't
cards,
actually
but
Right.
I don't have on there.
All right.
I
And that
can
was
give that to myself, but is it worth
It's
it?
not. I mean, I'd say no because
Yeah.
attacking him doesn't really do anything
Okay.
that great. And it was a great effort.
She
great
wasn't
effort.
really
Thank
facing
you.
him either. That was a mistake.
this?
Yeah, you don't draw yet until
Right.
this happens. But.
I was about to, and then
All right. Objective locked. Xanatos moves 4 spaces towards the nearest data disk. Uh-oh. If he lands on a disk, stop moving and move that data disk 2 spaces
Into the building.
Into the building.
Sounds like you can just get up there and move it off.
I mean, there doesn't
again.
seem like
Yeah.
there's anything stopping you, but it does. It is a long way to go. All right, and that was the card. So you dropped a 3. Goliath.
Goliath. Okay, well, Goliath is going to attack. He's going to shred.
Shred.
So it's going to take 2 of my actions, but lets me potentially gain for any lightning bolts I roll. So I roll 3. Hey, one
Nice.
attack. One. So I get to attack him once.
Yes.
Plus, one of these will be converted to an attack,
A hit.
So he's
awesome.
out.
That's great.
and then the last one will give me a skill token.
That is
Nice.
basically
Which is
your
great
perfect
because
roll.
it gives you +2 strength to
Oh,
others.
nice. To another attack.
Yeah, up to 5
that's
strength.
good.
Fantastic. Okay, I used a card finally. Woohoo!
I know. I've only used 1, and they're situational for sure. So you
Okay.
have 1 more action.
Yep.
Yes.
I guess I'll move 2 towards the Erie building.
Yes. All right.
There's a disc. There's 2 discs there.
I know. We
There's two
definitely
discs
have
there.
to get
Lexington
there.
has really been
Yeah.
dropping the ball.
Oh, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Some
what?
of us are going to be attacked by evil
Sweet.
things.
Evil.
Steel Clan Strike. Activate all Steel Clan. So this one will attack me. This one is closer to me, clearly.
And then this one's close to me.
But there's one under the disc which will
Yeah.
go either way. Which I guess, I think we should send it after you just because you have more health.
Sure.
You're the fighter.
And I guess, yeah, okay. All right, let's go. Is that all the other? That's all the ones on the board, right? There's none I can't see.
Nope.
Okay, let's go top. Let's go bottom to top. This guy attacks me with a
2.
strength of
2.
2. Thank you.
Hey!
2 damage.
Boom. Hey, wait. I'm going to react only one of those.
Okay.
Oh, I also should have drawn up. Oh, wait. We're still doing that. So
Yeah,
I
we're
haven't
still
drawn
in
up
villain
yet.
phase.
Yeah.
So just 1 less or just 1 period?
One less. Yeah. One.
So I
yeah.
took 1.
Yeah.
The second one, I'm going to react.
Oh.
Guard. Play this when you are targeted by an attack before dice are rolled. I attack first with strength 3.
Nice. Come on.
Nice.
Who are you going to hit?
If
This
the
guy,
attacker is
right?
defeated, they don't attack. Maybe I should have played it on this one because then 1 hit would have killed him. But I'm hoping for 2 hits.
Yay,
To-
boom,
and this
boom.
guy does not attack because he's now flipped off the board. All right, now your 2.
Okay.
Go ahead and you can roll them.
Yep.
I'm out of reactions though. Sorry.
So it's 2 to attack me.
Yep.
1 damage. And then the other guy.
Yep.
None.
Nothing. Nice.
Sweet.
All right, and that was all the Steel Clans, and their card does not have a moon symbol. And
So
now
then
you
I
can
draw
draw
back
to
up.
3. But I don't. It's not my turn.
Right.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter yet, but
Yeah.
that's how the game goes.
Yeah.
I used a reaction card. I only draw on my turn. Although it's my turn now.
But it's only at the end, right?
Correct.
So,
I mean,
okay.
you don't use as many cards as you kind of think you might
Yeah,
in this game.
you don't.
They're expensive and situational sometimes. Okay. However, I do have a pretty good card I might want to use.
Can Nikki shoot through you?
Yep.
I'm like that movie where you bend the bullets around, Wanted. where
Okay,
you go,
yeah.
Very, very skillful. Yes,
Yes.
you invented that whole thing 10 years before. All right. Okay. I have a good card that can damage the main bad guy,
Yes.
but shouldn't we just go for the discs? I mean,
yes.
all damaging him does is
The problem is he moves 2 every time. You have to like move it far to
I know.
gain some. Basically, you two need to work together to get it going on while I deal with these 2 steel plant guys for now.
The other idea is
but
to
there's
attack him.
there's another disc up here as well.
But if we attack
Because
him,
then
he
he-
goes back here.
Sure.
He does skip one turn. I am going to move 1 and move the disc 1, 2, 3. I can move the disc 3 times because it's still adjacent to me.
Okay.
Now he can't reach the disc with a 2 move. And if he keeps doing that card, which he keeps doing. All right. Hey, Robo Suit Combat. Although now I've left myself open to being attacked by the bad guy.
Yeah.
Xanatos uses this attack twice.
Woof.
Great.
And Lightning Bolt means he places a new Steel Clan token adjacent to him. So if he rolls well, he generates new minions. So he would move, except he's already adjacent to me and he's going to attack me. Strength of 3.
Okay, at least it's not the 5 again.
Yeah, well, but it's twice.
Yes, it's 6.
Let's see. I don't have any reacts. I don't have any
either.
shields. All right. Skill tokens. No, they're just all for.
Well,
That's it for
um,
hero.
Yeah, for hero.
yeah, when you're attacking,
All
you're
right,
not
so-
attacking.
So he could end the game right now.
Yes. I
He
know.
could kill me. And there's 2 damage and a minion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Watch Aaron roll three hits and end our game by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh,
And-
only 2.
Are you kidding?
Only 2. Oh my god.
Oh
If
my
you didn't play
gosh.
that reaction
Oh my
card
gosh.
I know.
on my turn.
I mean, I knew
or
I
on
needed to do it because I
did
was just
not
nervous. I didn't
realize
think it was gonna be that bad,
This has
but-
got to be the worst card in his deck.
Yes.
But we have
Yeah, full house.
we have not played well. Let's say. I thought this game was easy. I didn't say it out loud, but we had that early roll where I rolled 4 blanks and 1 hit. I was like, I used up all our die luck already on that one great roll, but we clearly had. Okay, save me, someone.
Yeah, I know. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that.
Well, get next to Xanatos so he stops attacking me.
Yes.
Xanatoast. Or toes.
Yeah, that was bad.
So me.
Yes.
I will move for 3. That's one action. 1, 2, 3. And then I can.
Well, take out this. I mean, if you can.
Yeah. Let me see if I got
Wow,
a stronger
I-
attack.
Getting close to the bad guy headquarters was not a good idea. I should have moved much further away.
What does stunning do
wait.
exactly?
It makes the minions, not the main villain, not take their next turn.
Okay.
That's what it is.
So then I will use.
And then it's only if you roll that symbol. It's not
Right.
automatic.
But I thought I'd try it.
Sure.
So then I will use my trap, which is if I'm attacking a minion,
Yep.
he gets stunned if I roll a lightning bolt.
Right. And it's also an attack 3, so you may
attack
just
3.
kill him with it anyway.
So it's a better attack than on my board.
And you did stun him. You damaged him and stunned him.
stunned him.
So this minion is rotated and will not activate the next time he activates.
All right. And I have one more action.
Attack this guy.
Okay. Let me see if I have another card.
Because if you can
I
just do 2
use.
damage.
Or this one is only. Oh, but that one's next. Well, no, this one is already damaged. They'll both move towards me and attack me if they can.
Well, these guys won't be a problem.
My
Right.
normal.
See what I'm saying? She might as well try and clean this one up instead of try to damage this one twice.
Check
Okay.
this out.
I'm checking you out.
Check it out. This does not cost me an action.
Oh,
So I will attack.
wow.
Yeah, I will attack. So 2. With
At
a range of 3.
Who are you attacking?
This dude.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Done.
Nice
hit him.
roll.
And I still have an action.
You do still have an
because
action because you have only used 2.
I
So
only
take
used
this
2.
guy out.
Yeah, because you only need to hit
need
this guy
one.
once.
Okay, so my normal thing, so that's 2,
Yep.
and my range is always 3.
Yep. And
Just a lightning bolt.
you could re-roll. I think you should because
Yes.
It's bad for you.
because the guy can kill me.
Okay, here. I will.
So you re-roll both of those. You just need any one hit.
After hero needs attack, you may roll any number of die. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
Hit.
Yes.
Yay.
Whew.
I'm a.
Okay, but it's
Yeah.
bad
No,
guy
you
turn
saved
now.
my bacon.
Well, sort
unless
of.
it's Xanatos attacking whoever's
Yeah.
next to him.
It is.
Oh, it is laser blast. And it's the 5-die attack.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I should have just attacked him. I
No,
guess.
I mean, there were 3 dudes that were going to attack me or you.
Yeah. Okay.
You had an incredible turn. It's not your fault that I lost us the game. Here you go, Nikki. Roll 5 dice.
Okay.
Roll
All blank.
0 hits so
Okay.
that
We have to
does it-
save Aaron.
I don't die. Poor Lexington.
Mr. Lexington. Blanks.
Woof.
No, 2
Okay.
hits.
Game
Wow.
over.
I'm sort of impressed because I thought this game was super easy when we started.
Yes.
And it ganged up and defeated one of the heroes so quickly.
Well, the downer is
Brr.
I actually had some good stuff.
Yeah.
So upcoming was I would have chosen 2 targets and dealt 2 damage.
Well,
These would have been gone.
I have an automatic 3 damage, but it takes 3 of my 4 action points, and really doing 3 damage doesn't do anything.
The one that I was waiting to play on him, I just need to be near him, was this one, finishing blow. So it's 5 dice, range 1,
And the
any lightning
special
bolts
is
deal
3 damage.
3
Wow.
damage. It would have taken him out for at least because he doesn't die. He just has to come back at 5 damage.
So
5 hit.
this was like a lot of co-op games. They seem deceptively simple until the system gangs up on you and
Yeah.
shows you how quickly things can snowball.
Change.
Um,
yeah.
I honestly did think in the first few turns that we had this so well in hand that the game was too
the
easy.
movement thing was
Yeah.
very strange that it hit specifically like where we were at.
Well, and that was just, I mean, like every game with a deck of cards, you're going to know it a little bit better, and so we might avoid clustering on the movie studio and this area, but that's also near where the discs start, and the scenario is sort of made
Sure,
to
but
get
it's
you there.
still.
But
is it a
was
separate
fun.
deck of cards?
It
for
is a
other
separate
scenarios?
deck
Okay,
of
there
cards
you
for
go.
every scenario.
I
yes.
thought that it was the same deck. I'm like, wow.
It's a separate
did they
separate
just
villain deck
yeah.
every time. So what did you think, Lincoln?
I think it's really fun. I think it's a great introduction to miniature games, right? Like, there's a lot of great miniature games out there, and this does those types of things very simply. It's not too complicated. I do agree that the symbols aren't great, but you can see
I
what
wish they were
are.
a little
They
more
make sense.
differentiated or colored or something. Yeah.
Move. They make sense.
They do.
The move is that they're just maybe too small. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Move
think
is
so.
the correct. The glide is correct. The attack is fine. I do wish they were colors though.
Yeah.
Red attack would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or a foot symbol for move
Yeah,
or something
true.
like that. They do all kind of look the
But
same
it's
on the
still
card.
still clear.
It-
I mean,
it
once you
works
know
just
it,
fine.
once you know it, it's no problem. It's
They
just
could
it's
be
from
the
our
readability
regular
is-
gameplay stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I read it as there's your actions in the circle. The move is clearly a box with arrows.
Yep. Oh, I know. And the targeting
And
is
the-
that
And the
they're all.
attack
And
looks like a little explosion.
By the
but-
second or third time, and you know that the range is the bottom
Yeah.
value on every card and every
Right.
character, it may only be a problem the very first time you play.
Sure.
They're all, but from any more than 3 feet away, they're all black blobs with numbers in them.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
Well, that's our
Anyway,
age
Okay.
more than anything
Very
else.
yes, that's true. Everything's
mine is-
everything's a black blob from more than 2 feet away from me.
What do
Yeah.
you think, Nick?
I mean, maybe for the icons, anyways. Because I'm a graphics person, artist person, I like the idea of trying to do something different than having to do what people are used to, which
Yep.
you know.
I like every time after every hero action there's a phase, there's a villain phase, right? Because that just, I mean, they're terrible. I don't even know what else. One of those cards, I guess it was this one, was the really awful one.
And I think that that's the worst one in this particular deck. In fact, we did draw the only 2 villain attacks in a row.
Wow.
We drew bad.
Right.
A lot of these just have an effect, or the mini minions which we were taking care of activate. So, or 3 of them teleport the bad guy somewhere else in the city. So we
Did we
literally
see all
just
3 of those? Because I think we only saw 2.
No, the third one we didn't see is C. No, we saw C3. Oh, it's just G7 and F7. So it's actually these 2 both on top of the movie studio.
Okay.
He loves the movie studio.
Sure does.
Wants to be in pictures.
He's ready for his close-up.
So we just had some bad luck, but
What do you think, Aaron?
it surprised me a little bit actually. I did think it was going to be sort of basic and almost easy to get through for experienced gamers like ourselves. But I I love games with variable hero powers and variable scenario layouts and variable setups. These cardboard buildings are a little bit of a pain to tear down and set up, but they make a very cool thematic,
Yeah, I'm not sure everybody
picturesque
can actually
city.
see them, but they're pretty. I think this one's visible on the camera, but they're actually quite dramatic.
And they're pretty simple to set up and
once
very
you've done
easy to do
it's
it.
not that bad.
But they do make a very striking board,
Yeah.
very cool theme. And I think the miniatures are pretty cool. Each scenario has its own flavor. They're very much tailor-made for a little bit of expansions if the game does well.
It gives you all the types of the way games work with a skirmish type game, right? It has all those types of things happening because it's all close combat basically and a little bit of a ranged attack.
Yep.
And it simplifies it, but it's actually pretty great. That's not their goal is to prepare you for bigger and better for miniatures type games, but it really does do that.
Or for more add-ons to this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's my take in a nutshell is I thought it was going to be super simple, and it did surprise me with not exactly complexity, but with
we
system
sent our weakest poor guy
We did
in
send
there.
our weakest non-combat player right into
But he's a quick,
the
wily guy.
jaws
I
of
thought he'd
heck, and he paid for it. But now we know, that was a first-time mistake.
I actually enjoy it. I mean, the end of the game turned my opinion around.
Oh, sure.
Pretty much, because like Aaron, I was thinking it's simple. We've got it. We're seasoned co-op players.
We're so overconfident.
Yeah, I know, right? And then, bam.
Well, the worst card came out, number 2, right?
Yes,
Boom.
that's true.
It was like all of a sudden trouble.
But that's how co-op games.
Sure.
That's how co-op games will go with a system that's working against you.
Yep.
The interesting thing about this character, I just looked at the cards for Elisa, and she's an interesting combination of attack and support, which there were a bunch of support cards that I didn't even get to use in this game, but she also had a couple more really good attack cards. Usually if you're support and you can't do much in the fighting department, but so I thought that was an interesting mix after I looked at my cards.
I think it actually, we mentioned that none of us really have much familiarity with this show, but I think just from your hero placard and your 8 or 9 cards in your deck, it does a fairly good job of differentiating the characters and giving you some real flavor of
Goliath
what they
is
are.
absolutely combat and stunning people. You know what I mean?
And I've got
he didn't have that much of an opportunity.
Nimble, climb and dive kind of guy. It's definitely gives the flavor comes out very
well. Plus,
very
you get
nicely.
a lot of actions too. 4 actions. Plus, Nikki got that one card that took no actions,
which
Yeah.
was great.
which was amazing.
Yeah.
Used it perfectly.
I don't even know if I have anything like that. I doubt it, just because my stuff deals damage for sure. It's not.
Mine are mostly about moving.
That was
and
the one
rolling
reaction
and-
card I played was the one I had, the only one in the deck.
Yeah,
but
I
at
think
least
it seems like all the decks may be like that. So I have 2 reactions.
it almost if we just had 1 weaker, you should have let me roll the 5 dice. Let's see what that would have been.
I mean, no, any
dang.
one hit would kill me, and it is 3 hits on every die. 3 or 4?
That's a pretty
No, it's
bad.
3.
That's the roll I need all the time, and I don't get.
As soon as I saw that card, it was basically over. But
over, man.
I really did put myself in what turned out to be a horrible space.
you-
I should have spent that turn retreating.
You did what
in
this card
hindsight.
says, into the fray, so you went right into that.
And this is clearly like the junior baby non-combat gargoyle knowing nothing about the show.
Yeah.
He's not the one you want to be surrounded by
He
enemies.
looks like
He's
a young...
wide-eyed.
He does. He's wide-eyed and innocent, and now he's
deep.
crumbled into dust.
There's one card I got where she's like introducing herself or whatever because she's holding up her badge. But there's your character, like the little dude, going, oh.
He is definitely looking up at all the bigger people.
Oh, Lexington, we didn't know you well.
No, we barely knew you.
Well, thanks for teaching us, Aaron.
You bet. I had fun.
And thanks to you for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to our channel. If you click on the bell, you get notified when we put up new videos. See you next time.
Bye.
I heard Xanatos is not a very safe sweetener.
Yeah, I was going to go
But it
with
tastes so
toast.
good.
I was going toast.